Did you know that the real reason so many men over 60 struggles with intimacy isn't about age, testosterone, or even performance? It all starts with one small gland most men barely think about until it starts screaming for attention. Now, if you're a man in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you've been waking up to pee multiple times a night, or if your stream has gotten weak, if intimacy feels off, or if you just feel like you're slowly losing your edge, I'm talking about your prostate. If you felt that pressure in your lower belly, that urge to pee at night that never seems to go away, or if you're just feeling off, this may be the most important video you watch this year, because there's a silent truth that's finally being uncovered, and it's not something your doctor probably mentioned. And more importantly, it's not your fault, because what you're about to hear might surprise you. There's no magic pill. No expensive surgery. And no secret supplement being hidden by Big Pharma. The truth? The real solution may already be sitting in your kitchen right now. 5 fruits. That's it. 5 simple, natural fruits that have been quietly helping men shrink their prostates, reduce inflammation, and restore their energy for generations. These aren't exotic herbs or gimmicks. They're everyday foods backed by science and proven by real results. In fact, one of these fruits starts working in as little as 18 hours. No side effects, no prescriptions, just nature used wisely. And it's probably something you've eaten your entire life without ever realizing how powerful it is. If you want to sleep through the night, feel like yourself again, and finally stop planning your life around the nearest bathroom, then stick with me, because this may just be the most important 10 minutes of your life. So grab a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and get ready, because what you're about to learn could transform not only your nights, but your life. Let's start with a fruit you've probably overlooked. Fruit number 1, kiwi, the anti-inflammatory vitamin. Let's begin with a fruit most people overlook. It's small, fuzzy, green. And if you're like most men, it probably sits in your fridge until it wrinkles and gets tossed. But what if I told you that this humble fruit might be one of the most powerful, natural ways to calm your prostate and even help you sleep through the night again? I'm talking about kiwi. Now, kiwi doesn't scream prostate remedy. It doesn't come in a bottle. There's no commercial for it on TV. But inside that small green fruit lies a vitamin that can do wonders for your body, especially after 60. The root of these prostate symptoms, the urgency, the pressure, the weak stream, is often chronic. Low-level inflammation. It builds up silently. No major pain. No visible signs. Just a slow, constant swelling of your prostate that tightens around your urethra and bladder, like a fist squeezing a garden hose. And that's where kiwi comes in. Why kiwi works for your prostate? Kiwi is loaded, and I mean loaded, with vitamin C. Now, most people think of vitamin C as something you take for colds, but in men over 60, it plays a much more critical role. Vitamin C helps to reduce oxidative stress stains, inflammation at the cellular level, supports blood vessel function, and helps calm overactive immune responses that inflame the prostate. But that's not all. Kiwi is also rich in soluble fiber, which supports gut health, more important for prostate function than most realize. Potassium, which helps relax blood vessels and reduce internal pressure. Reactinin, a natural enzyme that helps your body digest protein more efficiently, improving nutrient absorption overall. In other words, kiwi isn't just a snack. It's a full-body tune-up in a single fruit. How to use it: eat 2 kiwis a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. You can eat them whole. Yes, the skin is edible and full of fiber. Or scoop out the flesh with a spoon, blend them into a smoothie with banana, spinach, and a splash of almond milk, or pair them with plain Greek yogurt for an anti-inflammatory bonus. What matters most is consistency, because real healing doesn't happen in one bite. It happens over time, one decision at a time. Kiwi may be small, but its impact is mighty. It supports your gut. It calms your cells. It hydrates your system. And most importantly, it reduces the swelling inside your prostate that's been stealing your sleep, your comfort, and your confidence. If you've never taken kiwi seriously before, now is the time. Because while most men look to pills, surgeries, or supplements, sometimes the most powerful healing comes from the foods we've ignored all along. Fruit number 2, blueberries. The antioxidant warriors that protect your manhood. Blueberries. Tiny, sweet, and often dismissed as just a topping for oatmeal or pancakes. But these little berries are antioxidant warriors, and they might just be one of the best-kept secrets for men over 60 struggling with prostate problems. Why blueberries matter more than you think. See, prostate issues often begin with something most men don't talk about: cellular damage. Every day, your body is exposed to oxidative stress from processed foods, toxins, lack of sleep, or even just aging. That stress causes tiny injuries to your cells. And over time, those injuries lead to chronic inflammation, especially in sensitive tissues like your prostate. This is where blueberries shine. They're rich in a class of natural compounds called anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help to protect your cells from damage, improve blood vessel health, calm inflammatory signals in the prostate, and restore circulation to your lower body. In short, they're like a shield for your manhood. Blueberries don't just target the prostate. They support brain function, improving memory, clarity, and focused circulation, especially in smaller blood vessels. Hormonal health, by reducing inflammation that disrupts testosterone balance for older men. That's critical, because when your brain, blood flow, and hormones work together, your entire quality of life improves. And unlike synthetic supplements, blueberries don't carry side effects. They don't throw off your body's balance. They just nourish. How to use blueberries daily. Here's how I recommend adding them to your routine. 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries every day. Add them to your oatmeal. Blend them into a smoothie with spinach, banana, and flax. Mix them with plain Greek yogurt or just eat them straight from the container. Fresh is great, but frozen works too, especially when berries are out of season. And dried? Avoid them if they're sweetened. Added sugar ruins the anti-inflammatory benefits. Most men think they need a miracle to fix their prostate, but often they just need to start feeding their body what it truly needs. Blueberries are more than a snack. They're a daily act of self-care, a way to protect your prostate, sharpen your mind, and rebuild the quiet parts of yourself that have been worn down by time, stress, and inflammation. So, the next time you're in the store, don't walk past that little blue container. Pick it up. And give your body one more reason to keep showing up strong. Fruit number 3, pomegranate. The ancient fruit that revitalizes prostate cells. There's something timeless about the pomegranate. Its tough, weathered skin, its hundreds of ruby red seeds, its long history in both ancient medicine and modern science. In many cultures, pomegranate has symbolized life, strength, and rebirth. And today, it might just be one of the most powerful fruits for restoring your prostate health and male vitality. What makes pomegranate so special? Pomegranate isn't trendy. It's timeless. Used for centuries by traditional healers to support male strength. Its effects are now being confirmed by modern research. Inside this fruit are compounds that work directly on the tissues and hormones that affect your prostate. Pomegranate reduce inflammation in the prostate, calm overactive bladder signals, help restore testosterone sensitivity, and support deep cellular healing. In simpler terms, pomegranate gives your prostate the tools it needs to repair itself. What pomegranate really does? Pomegranate doesn't just target the prostate. It supports the whole system that influences it. Lowers blood pressure, improves heart and artery function, reduces cortisol, your stress hormone, enhances nitric oxide levels, helping relax smooth muscle in the urinary tract, and supports hormone regulation for improved libido and stamina in men over 60. These benefits compound because the prostate isn't isolated. It's connected to your heart, your hormones, your nervous system. When one gets better, the others follow. And what begins as fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom can grow into better sleep, better energy, and even better intimacy. How to use pomegranate the right way. There are 2 ways to use pomegranate effectively. Juice form 4 to 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice first thing in the morning. Before food, let it absorb into your system without competition. Fresh seeds 1/2 cup per day, grape mixed into yogurt or eaten on their own. Important. Avoid juice blends with added sugar or other fruits. You want 100% pomegranate. Nothing else. This isn't hype. It's healing, grounded in science, and tested by time. Pomegranate reduces swelling, restores function, rekindles energy, and reminds you that you're not done yet, so start with a glass. Make it a ritual. And each morning, as you take that first sip, know that you're not just drinking juice. You're reclaiming your health, one cell at a time. Fruit number 4, watermelon. Nature's secret source of lycopene. Every man has memories tied to food. And for me, watermelon takes me straight back to my grandfather's porch. Summer heat in the air, cicadas humming, and him sitting there with a thick slice of watermelon dripping down his arms, laughing like a boy again. Back then, I just saw a sweet treat. Now, I see one of the most underrated prostate healers nature's ever created. Because behind its juicy red flesh, watermelon hides something powerful. lycopene. Yes, the same antioxidant found in tomatoes. But in watermelon, lycopene comes in a hydrating, gentle form, perfect for older men who need to lower inflammation without irritating their system. Let me explain. What is lycopene and why should you care? Lycopene is a natural pigment and antioxidant. It gives watermelon, tomatoes, and pink grapefruit their rich red color. But more importantly, lycopene reduces oxidative stress inside the prostate, protects prostate cells from abnormal growth, improves circulation throughout the lower body, and eases inflammation, which means less swelling and fewer bathroom trips. Multiple studies have linked higher lycopene intake with better urinary flow, fewer episodes of urgency, and lower prostate-specific antigen (PSA) levels. In other words, lycopene supports prostate function, comfort, and long-term protection. Why it worked? Watermelon is made up of over 90% water, making it incredibly hydrating, especially for your kidneys and bladder. But it's that combination of hydration, lycopene, potassium, and natural sugars that makes watermelon so effective at flushing inflammation from your lower body. Bonus benefits for men over 60. Watermelon also supports erectile function by improving nitric oxide production, flushes toxins from the bladder and kidneys, helps control blood pressure, and reduces insulin resistance, which is often tied to prostate issues in older men. And because it's naturally sweet, it satisfies sugar cravings without sending your blood sugar into chaos, when eaten in moderation, of course. How to use watermelon daily: 1 to 2 thick slices per day, ideally on an empty stomach or between meals. Best served fresh and cold. Add a pinch of sea salt to balance. Hydration: blend it into a smoothie with mint and cucumber for a refreshing prostate tonic. Avoid pre-cut watermelon that's been sitting for days. Fresh is always better. And if you're worried about sugar, remember, watermelon's glycemic load is low because of its high water content. Eat it slowly. Let it hydrate you. Let it work. Watermelon isn't just a snack from your childhood. It's a functional food, a tool for healing, hydration, and hormone balance. So, the next time you see a watermelon at the market, don't walk past it. Pick it up. Take it home. Slice it thick and reclaim a piece of your health, one juicy bite at a time. Because sometimes healing doesn't come in a bottle. It comes from nature, wrapped in sweetness, waiting for you to remember just how powerful you still are. Fruit number 5, tomato. The number 1 fruit to shrink your prostate fast. It's not exotic. It's not rare. And chances are, it's sitting on your kitchen counter right now or in a can in your pantry. But when it comes to shrinking an inflamed prostate and restoring your comfort, confidence, and control, no fruit comes close to the humble tomato. Yes, the tomato. It may seem too ordinary to be powerful, but that's where so many men go wrong. Because inside that soft, red skin is the highest known concentration of lycopene, one of the most potent, natural anti-inflammatories for the prostate. And when used the right way, tomatoes don't just reduce symptoms, they transform how your body feels and functions. Why tomatoes work? Tomatoes are the #1 dietary source of lycopene, and when you cook them, especially with a bit of healthy fat like olive oil, the lycopene becomes up to 4 times more bioavailable. That means your body absorbs it more efficiently and delivers it right where it's needed into your prostate tissue. Here's what lycopene does: reduces prostate swelling, lowers PSA levels, improves urine flow and emptying, enhances testosterone sensitivity, restores blood circulation to the lower pelvic region, and that leads to more restful sleep, better bladder control, and often a quiet return of morning energy and function. Science-backed power. Numerous clinical studies have shown that men who consume cooked tomato products regularly have a significantly lower risk of prostate enlargement and cancer. Lycopene supplementation improves symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH). Long-term tomato intake can lower inflammation markers and reduce bladder pressure. But again, this isn't about fancy supplements. It's about the tomato on your plate, prepared wisely, eaten consistently. How to eat tomatoes for maximum effect. Here's what I recommend for men over 60. Cook tomatoes in soups, sauces, or sautéed with vegetables. Add olive oil. It helps your body absorb lycopenetrate tomato paste. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons a day in warm water or broth. Use low-sodium, organic options if buying canned or jarred products. Avoid raw tomato-only diets. Raw is good, but cooked is king when it comes to lycopene. Easy ways to incorporate tomato in your diet: tomato soup with olive oil, pasta with tomato-based marinara and vegetables, tomato juice with a pinch of sea salt and turmeric stirred into scrambled eggs or sautéed greens. Sometimes the most powerful healing tools aren't exotic or expensive. Sometimes they're sitting quietly in your kitchen, unnoticed. Underestimated. Tomatoes are one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to support prostate health, especially when paired with other anti-inflammatory foods like kiwi, blueberries, watermelon, and pomegranate. So, if there's one fruit to make a habit, make it the tomato. Because this isn't just about reducing swelling. It's about restoring balance, comfort, and dignity in the most natural way possible. If you've made it to this point in the video, I want to say something that most men never hear, especially as they get older. You are not broken. You are not too far gone, and your body hasn't given up on you. Not even close. That pressure in your belly, those nightly trips to the bathroom, that feeling of lost energy, lost drive, or lost connection, they're not signs of weakness. They're signals. Signals that your body is asking, maybe even begging, for support. Not surrender. And now you have a choice, because what we've covered today isn't theory. It's not hype. It's not a gimmick. It's real, natural, proven support, using some of the most powerful fruits that nature has to offer. Let's quickly recap. Kiwi, the anti-inflammatory vitamin rich in vitamin C, calms prostate swelling at the cellular level, supports gut health, and reduces nighttime urgency. Blueberries, the antioxidant warriors, protect prostate cells from damage, improve circulation and testosterone sensitivities, support brain clarity and restful sleep. Pomegranate, the ancient rebuilder, repairs damaged tissues, enhances blood flow and hormonal balance, rekindles energy and vitality in men over 60. Watermelon, the hydrating lycopene lifeline, flushes the urinary tract, relieves bladder pressure, improves nighttime urination and morning performance. Tomato, the #1 prostate shrinker, heist, Source of lycopene most effective when cooked with olive oil restores confidence, comfort, and restful sleep. These aren't expensive. They don't require a prescription, and they don't come with a list of side effects. But what they do require is your consistency. Your decision to show up for your body, even in small ways. Your belief that healing is still possible, and I want to tell you, it is. I've worked with hundreds of men who felt tired, frustrated, and ready to give up. Men who'd accepted that sleepless nights and prostate pain were just part of aging. And yet, with small, intentional changes, I watched those same men come back to life. They slept better. They smiled more. They reconnected with their wives, their energy, and themselves, all because they stopped waiting and started nourishing. Here's what I recommend you do next if this video spoke to you, if something inside you lit up. Don't let the moment pass. Start with one fruit. One kiwi with breakfast, a bowl of blueberries at night, a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning, a slice of watermelon with lunch, or a warm bowl of tomato soup before bed. Pick one. Then, once it becomes habit, add another. Build a quiet foundation of healing, one bite, one day, one habit at a time. Because real change doesn't happen in leaps. It happens in layers. And before you know it, you may just wake up one morning without the urgency, without the discomfort, without the fear, and realize, I feel like myself again. Join the movement. If this message resonated with you, please hit the like button. It helps other men find this message. Subscribe for more honest, doctor-backed, natural health advice. Leave a comment. Tell me which fruit you're starting with, and share this video with a friend, a brother, a father, anyone who needs to hear this today, because healing is better when it's shared. And your story might be the spark that gives someone else hope. You've made it this far. You're still here. You're still fighting. And your best years are not behind you. So take that next step. Not because you're broken, but because you're worth taking care of. I'm proud of you. Now go feed your body the truth and watch what happens next.